Carl Jung. How can someone's life begins when you find yourself? Carl Jung believed that life truly begins when you embark on the journey of self-discovery and individuation. He saw this as the process of integrating the conscious and unconscious aspects of the psyche, leading to a more authentic and fulfilled existence. Jung's concept of individuation is central to this idea. It's the lifelong process of becoming the person you are meant to be, rather than simply conforming to societal expectations. He believed that many people live out conditioned patterns without truly understanding themselves. But when you start engaging with your unconscious, facing your shadow, the repressed or hidden parts of yourself, and integrating your experiences meaningfully, that's when real life begins. This idea resonates deeply with spiritual traditions and psychological growth. It suggests that we are not fully alive until we find ourselves, meaning, until we recognize our true nature beyond the ego, embrace our deeper purpose, and align our inner world with our outer life. 1. Explore the unconscious mind. Carl Jung believed that the unconscious mind holds the deeper truths about ourselves, our hidden motivations, fears, desires, and unresolved experiences. Most people operate primarily from their conscious mind, logic, reasoning, social identity. But the unconscious mind is where our true self is buried. Exploring the unconscious helps us uncover our authentic identity, break free from conditioning, and begin the real journey of life. How to explore the unconscious mind. 1. Keep a dream journal. Jung saw dreams as direct messages from the unconscious. Write down your dreams every morning. Look for recurring symbols, emotions, and patterns. Identify personal and universal archetypes, e.g., shadow figures, wise old man, hero, anima/animus. Ask, what is my unconscious trying to tell me? Example, if you often dream of being chased, it may symbolize avoiding an aspect of yourself or unresolved fear. 2. Practice active imagination. Jung developed active imagination to consciously engage with the unconscious mind. Relax and visualize a dream image, symbol, or feeling. Let it evolve naturally. Ask it questions, interact with it. Example, if you see a dark figure in your dream, visualize confronting it instead of running. This method helps integrate hidden parts of the psyche, revealing insight and healing inner conflicts. 3. Observe emotional triggers. What triggers you emotionally reveals something buried in your unconscious. If someone's arrogance angers you, is there a suppressed part of you that craves recognition? If rejection hurts deeply, is it activating an old wound? Instead of reacting impulsively, pause and reflect. What is this reaction trying to show me? Where did this belief or fear originate? 4. Meditate and listen to your inner voice. Meditation quiets the conscious mind so the unconscious can surface. Observe random thoughts and symbols. What keeps appearing? Pay attention to intuitive insights or images that arise. Use guided visualizations to explore your inner world. 5. Use free writing or journaling. Write freely without censorship. Let your unconscious flow onto paper. Ask yourself a question, what am I avoiding? Or what do I truly desire? Keep writing without stopping. Surprising truths may emerge. 6. Engage with symbols and synchronicities. Jung believed that symbols carry deep meaning from the unconscious and that synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, are signs from the deeper self. Pay attention to recurring symbols in dreams, books, art, or daily life. Notice random events that seem connected. These are insights from the unconscious. Example, you keep seeing wolves everywhere, in movies, books, dreams. This may symbolize your wild, instinctual side that needs integration. 7. Shadow work. Confront the hidden self. The shadow contains repressed aspects of yourself, fears, desires, and traits you deny. Make a list of traits you dislike in others. Ask, do I have these traits in some way? Accept and integrate these aspects instead of rejecting them. 8. Art, music, and creativity. Creative expression is a direct channel to the unconscious. Paint or draw without planning. See what emerges. Play an instrument or move freely to music. Express emotions that words cannot. Write poetry or stories that reflect your inner world. 9. Work with archetypes. Archetypes are universal patterns of human behavior. Some key ones. The shadow, hidden self, suppressed desires. The anima/animus, feminine/masculine aspects of psyche. The hero, your journey to self-discovery. The wise old man/woman, inner guidance, intuition. Understanding which archetypes are active in your life reveals who you are and who you are becoming. Final thought. Exploring the unconscious mind is about self-integration, bringing light to what is hidden, so you can live more fully and authentically. As Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. 2. Face and integrate your shadow. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow refers to the hidden, repressed, or denied aspects of ourselves. These include negative traits like fear, envy, and aggression, but also positive qualities we suppress, like creativity, confidence, or ambition. Integrating the shadow means acknowledging and accepting these hidden parts instead of rejecting them. This leads to greater self-awareness, wholeness, and inner peace. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Carl Jung. How to face and integrate your shadow. 1. Recognize your shadow and your triggers. Notice when something angers, annoys, or upsets you. Ask, what does this reveal about me? Often, what we dislike in others reflects an aspect of ourselves that we refuse to acknowledge. Example, if arrogance irritates you, is there a part of you that wishes you could express confidence but represses it? If you constantly attract dishonest people, could you be hiding your own truth in some way? By identifying these reactions, you begin shadow work, bringing awareness to hidden aspects of yourself. 2. Accept and own your shadow. The shadow is not your enemy. It contains suppressed energy that, when integrated, makes you stronger. Instead of resisting negative emotions, jealousy, anger, fear, accept them as signals of something deeper. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to teach me? Example, instead of saying, I'm not jealous, recognize, I feel jealousy. What is it telling me? It might reveal insecurity, fear of rejection, or an unfulfilled desire. Once acknowledged, the emotion loses its control over you. 3. Shadow journaling. Write without judgment. Journaling helps bring the unconscious to light. Ask yourself, what qualities do I dislike in others? What emotions do I suppress or deny? When have I acted in a way that surprised me? Write honestly, without filtering. The goal is awareness, not self-judgment. 4. Observe patterns in your life. Repeated struggles in relationships, work, or emotions often stem from an unintegrated shadow. Do you sabotage success? Do you attract unhealthy relationships? Do you suppress your true desires? Patterns reveal unresolved shadow elements. Recognizing them helps break destructive cycles. 5. Use mirror work. Face yourself literally. Stand in front of a mirror, make eye contact with yourself, and say, I accept all parts of myself, even those I have rejected. I see my anger/envy/fear, and I choose to understand it. This practice strengthens self-acceptance and dissolves shame around your shadow. 6. Embrace your dark side constructively. Shadow work doesn't mean acting out negativity. It means channeling its energy in a healthy way. Aggression, use it for strength and assertiveness. Jealousy, let it inspire self-improvement. Fear, see it as a guide to where you need growth. Example, if you suppress anger, it may explode unexpectedly. Instead, channel it into physical activity, art, or assertiveness. 7. Recognize hidden positive traits in your shadow. Your shadow also contains positive qualities you've suppressed due to fear, trauma, or social conditioning. Have you held back creativity, leadership, or confidence because of past criticism? What childhood passions did you abandon out of fear of judgment? Reclaiming these hidden strengths leads to self-actualization. 8. Watch for synchronicities and symbolism. The unconscious communicates through symbols and patterns. Pay attention to dreams, shadow figures, recurring nightmares. Synchronicities, events that seem meaningfully connected. Freudian slips, unintentional words that reveal hidden thoughts. These clues help reveal what is hidden in the shadow. 9. Meditate and visualize your shadow. Close your eyes and visualize meeting your shadow as a person or figure. Ask it questions. What do you want me to know? How can I integrate you? Listen without fear or judgment. This practice can uncover deep insights and facilitate healing. The power of shadow integration. By integrating the shadow you, white heavy checkmark reduce self-sabotage and unconscious fears. White heavy checkmark improve relationships by breaking projection patterns. White heavy checkmark gain inner peace and self-acceptance. White heavy checkmark unlock hidden strengths and creative energy. Jung believed that facing the shadow unlocks your full potential. The more you integrate, the more authentic, powerful, and free you become. Your visions will become clear only when you look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens. Carl Jung. 3. Discover your archetypes. Carl Jung believed that archetypes are universal patterns of behavior, thought, and emotion embedded in the collective unconscious. These archetypes shape our personalities, life experiences, and spiritual journeys. When you discover your dominant archetypes, you gain deeper self-awareness, clarity about your purpose, and insight into your subconscious motivations. Jung identified many archetypes, but here are the most essential ones. Small blue diamond, major Jungian archetypes. 1. The self, wholeness and individuation. Represents your fully integrated self, where all aspects of your personality are balanced. Appears in dreams as a wise old man/woman, divine figure, or mandala. The goal of individuation, Jung's path to self-realization, is to fully embody the self. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, am I aligning my conscious and unconscious self? Do I feel whole, or am I fragmented? 2. The shadow, hidden self. Represents the unconscious, repressed parts of yourself, fears, desires, hidden strengths. Often appears in dreams as monsters, enemies, or dark figures. Integration of the shadow leads to authenticity and wholeness. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, what parts of myself do I deny or suppress? What traits in others trigger strong reactions in me? 3. The anima/animus. Inner feminine/masculine energy. Anima, in men, equals feminine aspects of the psyche, intuition, emotion, receptivity. Animus, in women, equals masculine aspects of the psyche, logic, action, assertiveness. Balancing these energies leads to inner harmony. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, do I embrace both logic and intuition? Do I suppress my softer, anima, or stronger, animus qualities? 4. The persona, social mask. The mask you wear to fit into society, your public identity. Necessary for social interaction, but over-identification with the persona leads to inauthenticity. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, am I being my true self, or just playing a role? Do I hide behind a mask to gain approval? Small blue diamond life path and personality archetypes. Jungian psychology also includes character archetypes that influence your behavior, strengths, and challenges. Identifying your dominant ones helps guide your self-discovery journey. 1. The hero, the seeker of growth. Faces challenges and overcomes obstacles to evolve. Driven by a desire for purpose, truth, and mastery. Can struggle with ego and self-doubt. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, what personal challenges have shaped me the most? Do I view my life as a journey of growth and self-improvement? 2. The sage, the seeker of wisdom. Seeks knowledge, truth, and deeper meaning. Can be overly analytical and avoid emotions. Appears as mentors, philosophers, or spiritual seekers. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, do I prioritize knowledge over experience? Am I learning, but afraid to take action? 3. The magician, the transformer. Harnesses higher wisdom, intuition, and manifestation abilities. Uses mental power and spiritual insight to create change. Can fall into manipulation or self-delusion if unbalanced. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, do I recognize my ability to shape my reality? Am I using my knowledge for good? 4. The explorer, the free spirit. Seeks adventure, new experiences, and spiritual freedom. Can struggle with commitment and lack of direction. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, am I afraid of settling down or committing? Do I feel alive when exploring new possibilities? 5. The lover, the seeker of connection. Seeks deep emotional bonds, romance, and unity. Can struggle with codependency or emotional overwhelm. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, do I seek love and connection as my main source of meaning? Am I giving too much and losing myself in relationships? 6. The ruler, the leader. Desires power, structure, and control over life. Can lead with wisdom or become domineering. White heavy checkmark, ask yourself, do I embrace leadership or do I fear responsibility? Am I controlling situations out of fear? 7. The innocent, the childlike optimist, seeks purity, goodness, and simplicity, can be naive and avoid life's harsh realities. White heavy checkmark, ask yourself, am I seeing reality clearly, or do I avoid difficult truths? Do I fear losing my sense of wonder? 8. The caregiver, the nurturer, finds purpose in helping and supporting others, can struggle with burnout and self-sacrifice. White heavy checkmark, ask yourself, do I give too much without taking care of myself? Am I helping from love or to feel needed? Small blue diamond, how to discover your dominant archetypes. Keycap 1, reflect on your life patterns. Which of these archetypes describes your recurring struggles and strengths? Have you played different archetypal roles at different life stages? Keycap 2, examine your dreams and fantasies. Jung believed dreams reveal archetypal influences in your unconscious. Look for recurring dream symbols: wise old men, sage, heroic journeys, hero, magical figures, magician. Keycap 3, observe your reactions to others. Do you admire leaders? You might have the ruler archetype. Are you drawn to wisdom and philosophy? You may be a sage. Keycap 4, take a Jungian archetype test. Online tests can give insights, but deep reflection is more powerful. Small blue diamond, why this matters. The path to individuation. Individuation is becoming your true self by balancing these archetypes. Overuse of one archetype, e.g., hero without sage's wisdom, creates imbalance. Integration of multiple archetypes leads to wholeness and personal evolution. By discovering and integrating your dominant archetypes, you align with your purpose, deepen self-awareness, and live authentically. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. Which archetype resonates most with you? Would you like to go deeper into a specific one? 4. Listen to your intuition and inner voice. Carl Jung believed that intuition is a bridge between the conscious and unconscious mind. It provides insights beyond logic, helping us align with our true path. Jung saw intuition as a direct knowing, a deeper wisdom that arises when we tune into our inner world rather than relying solely on external reasoning. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakens. Carl Jung. By developing your inner voice, you gain clarity, confidence, and alignment with your authentic self. Small blue diamond, what is intuition? Intuition is the unconscious mind speaking to you through. White heavy checkmark, gut feelings. White heavy checkmark, sudden insights. White heavy checkmark, dreams and symbols. White heavy checkmark, subtle emotions. White heavy checkmark, synchronicities, meaningful coincidences. It is often quiet and easily drowned out by doubt, fear, and external noise. To hear it, you must slow down, observe, and trust yourself. Small blue diamond, how to strengthen your intuition and inner voice. 1. Quiet the mind. Create space for inner guidance. Your inner voice is always speaking, but can you hear it? Practice daily stillness, meditation, deep breathing. Limit distractions, social media, constant noise. Spend time alone to reconnect with yourself. White heavy checkmark exercise. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Notice any thoughts, feelings, or images that arise. Don't force them, just observe. 2. Pay attention to gut feelings. The body picks up on subconscious information before the mind does. If something feels off, trust it, even if you can't explain why. If something feels exciting or energizing, it's likely meant for you. White heavy checkmark, ask yourself, do I often ignore my gut feelings? Have I regretted not listening to my intuition in the past? 3. Track synchronicities, meaningful coincidences. Jung believed that synchronicities are messages from the unconscious guiding you. Seeing the same symbol repeatedly, numbers, animals, words. Running into the right person at the perfect time. Feeling like the universe is nudging you in a direction. White heavy checkmark exercise. Keep a journal of synchronicities. Over time, patterns will emerge. 4. Interpret dreams, the language of the unconscious. Dreams reveal hidden truths, unresolved emotions, and intuitive guidance. Keep a dream journal. Look for recurring symbols. Water equals emotions. Houses equals self. Darkness equals fear. Ask before bed, what do I need to know? And write down any insights upon waking. White heavy checkmark example. If you dream of flying, it may symbolize freedom or overcoming fear. 5. Ask your inner voice directly. Your intuition responds when you engage with it. Close your eyes and ask, what do I need to know right now? Write down the first thought, word, or image that appears, without judgment. The answer often comes in a flash of insight or gentle feeling. White heavy checkmark exercise. Write a letter to your intuition. Ask it a question, then write freely as if it were responding. 6. Notice emotional resonance. Pay attention to what lights you up versus what drains you. If something excites you deeply, it's a sign from your inner voice. If something feels heavy or forced, it may be out of alignment. White heavy checkmark exercise. Think about a decision. Does it feel expansive, open, light, or contracting, tight, uneasy? Go with expansion. 7. Trust and act on small intuitive nudges. Intuition gets stronger when you follow it. Start with small decisions. Take the route you feel drawn to. Read the book that catches your eye. As you build trust, it will guide you toward bigger life choices. White heavy checkmark example. Ever had a random urge to call someone, only to find they needed to hear from you? That's intuition at work. Small blue diamond, why this matters. By listening to your intuition, you, white heavy checkmark, align with your true self. White heavy checkmark, make better decisions effortlessly. White heavy checkmark, gain confidence in your inner guidance. White heavy checkmark, experience synchronicities and deeper meaning in life. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Carl Jung. Does any of this resonate with you? Would you like to explore a specific practice more deeply? 5. Break free from societal conditioning. Carl Jung believed that true self-discovery requires breaking free from societal conditioning, the unconscious beliefs, expectations, and roles imposed by culture, family, and institutions. These external influences shape our identity, often leading us away from our authentic self and into a life of conformity. The world will ask you who you are, and if you do not know, the world will tell you. Carl Jung. To truly find yourself, you must question and unlearn the conditioned beliefs that do not align with your true nature. Small blue diamond, what is societal conditioning? Societal conditioning is the programming we receive from white heavy checkmark family, expectations, traditions, approval seeking. White heavy checkmark education, structured thinking, conformity. White heavy checkmark religion, rules about morality and identity. White heavy checkmark culture, beauty standards, success definitions. White heavy checkmark media, consumerism, fear-based narratives. Most of our thoughts, fears, and behaviors come from external conditioning rather than our own conscious choice. Example. Were you taught that success means money and status, but deep down, you value freedom and creativity? Were you raised to please others, but inside, you crave self-expression and independence? If so, you may be living according to societal scripts rather than your true desires. Small blue diamond, how to break free from societal conditioning. 1. Question everything you've been taught. Ask yourself, whose beliefs am I living by? Do I actually believe this, or was I taught to believe it? If I had no fear of judgment, what would I do differently? White heavy checkmark exercise. Write down major beliefs about success, love, money, and happiness. Where did they come from? Do they feel true to you? 2. Identify and release the false self. Your persona, social mask, is shaped by societal conditioning. If you over-identify with it, you lose touch with your real self. White heavy checkmark, ask yourself, do I act a certain way to gain approval? Am I living by expectations that don't fulfill me? Small blue diamond, how to let go. Spend time alone, free from external influences. Express yourself honestly without fear of judgment. Stop seeking validation. Live for your own truth. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Carl Jung. 3. Stop seeking external validation. Society teaches us to chase approval, likes, and validation. But the more you seek approval, the further you drift from your true self. White heavy checkmark steps to reclaim your power. Trust your own inner compass, not public opinion. Make choices based on fulfillment, not validation. Accept that not everyone will understand your path, and that's okay. Small blue diamond example. If you quit a corporate job to pursue art, people may judge you. But if it's your truth, their opinions don't matter. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Carl Jung. 4. Detach from social and media conditioning. Media and advertising manipulate desires and fears to keep you controlled. News often fuels fear and division. Social media creates comparison and self-doubt. Advertisers sell happiness through materialism. White heavy check mark. How to free yourself. Limit exposure to fear-based media. Spend time in nature, reading, creating, things that reconnect you to yourself. Ask yourself, does this bring me joy, or was I told it should? 5. Trust your inner authority. Most people follow the crowd, but true fulfillment comes from trusting your own path. Make decisions based on intuition, not fear. Let go of the need to be normal. Normal is often just conditioned behavior. Choose authenticity over fitting in. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, am I making choices for myself or to satisfy others? What would my life look like if I followed my inner truth? Small blue diamond example. Some people thrive in unconventional lifestyles, minimalism, remote work, or spiritual journeys, because they stopped following society's script. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. 6. Live your truth, even if it feels uncomfortable. Breaking free from societal conditioning can feel scary, but it's also liberating. People may not understand your choices. You may feel alone at first, but in time, you will attract those who resonate with your true self. White heavy checkmark. Take small steps. Say no to things that don't align with you. Spend time doing what you truly love. Surround yourself with people who encourage authenticity. Small blue diamond. Why this matters. The path to true freedom. When you shed societal conditioning, you gain. White heavy checkmark. Authenticity. Living as your true self, not what society expects. White heavy checkmark. Inner peace. No longer chasing approval or external success. White heavy checkmark. Freedom. Making choices from self-awareness, not programming. White heavy checkmark. Deep fulfillment. Living a life that aligns with your soul. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. Small blue diamond. Final reflection. What is one belief or expectation you're ready to let go of? How would your life change if you fully embraced your true self? Does this resonate with you? Which area do you feel most conditioned by, and how do you want to break free? 6. Seek meaning and purpose. Carl Jung believed that a meaningful life is essential for psychological and spiritual well-being. Without a sense of purpose, people feel lost, anxious, or depressed. He argued that true purpose isn't found externally, money, status, approval, but by aligning with the deep desires of the soul, what he called the individuation process. The sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. Carl Jung. Seeking meaning and purpose is about discovering what resonates with your soul and aligning your life with that truth. Small blue diamond. Why do we crave meaning? Humans are not just rational beings, but also spiritual beings. Jung believed meaning is found when we, white heavy checkmark, connect with something greater than ourselves. White heavy checkmark. Understand our deeper desires and motivations. White heavy checkmark. Engage in work, relationships, and experiences that fulfill us. White heavy checkmark. Live in harmony with our inner truth. Without meaning, life feels empty, leading to existential crises, depression, or a constant search for external distractions. Small blue diamond. How to discover your life's meaning and purpose. 1. Explore your deepest desires and interests. Your passions, curiosities, and natural talents are clues to your purpose. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, what excites me at a soul level? What could I do for hours without getting bored? If money and fear weren't issues, what would I pursue? Small blue diamond exercise. Write down 5 things you love doing. Look for patterns. 2. Identify your archetypal path. Jungian archetypes shape how we express our purpose. Hero. Purpose through overcoming challenges and growth. Sage. Purpose in seeking and sharing wisdom. Caregiver. Purpose in helping and healing others. Magician. Purpose in transformation and inner power. White heavy checkmark. Ask, which archetype feels most aligned with my deeper self? 3. Reflect on past struggles. Your pain holds clues. Many find meaning in overcoming personal struggles and using those experiences to help others. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, What hardships have shaped me the most? How can my challenges become a source of wisdom or service? Example: someone who struggled with self-worth may feel called to help others find confidence. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. 4. Create, don't just consume. Purpose is often found in creation, whether art, writing, building, or serving others. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, am I creating something meaningful or just consuming distractions? What unique expression wants to come through me? Small blue diamond. Action. Start a creative project, writing, music, business, or community work. 5. Look for synchronicities. The universe gives signs. Jung's concept of synchronicity suggests that the universe provides meaningful coincidences to guide us. White heavy checkmark. Pay attention to recurring symbols, messages, or numbers. Random opportunities or encounters that feel too perfect to be chance. Intuitive nudges toward a certain path. Small blue diamond exercise. Keep a journal of meaningful coincidences. They may reveal your direction. 6. Connect with something greater, spirituality and service. Purpose often comes from something beyond the self, whether through spirituality, philosophy, or helping others. White heavy checkmark. Ask yourself, what spiritual ideas resonate with me? How can I serve or uplift others? Small blue diamond. Example: some find purpose in spiritual study, while others find it in community work. A life without meaning is the torture of restlessness and vague desire. Jung. Small blue diamond. Why this matters? When you live with meaning and purpose, you experience white heavy checkmark inner fulfillment, a sense of peace and alignment. White heavy checkmark less anxiety and doubt, because you trust your path. White heavy checkmark greater resilience, because challenges become meaningful, not just painful. Man cannot stand a meaningless life. Carl Jung. Small blue diamond. Final reflection. What activities or experiences bring you the most fulfillment? How can you bring more meaning into your daily life? 7. Balance the opposites, self-integration. Carl Jung emphasized that psychological wholeness comes from integrating the opposing forces within us, our light and shadow, masculine and feminine, logic and intuition. He called this process individuation, where we reconcile contradictions within ourselves to become an authentic, whole being. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Carl Jung. Instead of suppressing or denying parts of ourselves, self-integration means embracing all aspects of who we are. Small blue diamond. The principle of opposites. Jung believed that everything in life exists as a duality. White heavy checkmark. Conscious versus unconscious. White heavy checkmark. Masculine, active, versus feminine, receptive. White heavy checkmark. Rational mind versus intuition. White heavy checkmark. Light, good, versus shadow, hidden desires, repressed traits. White heavy checkmark. Individuality versus belonging. Many internal conflicts arise because we identify with only one side while rejecting the other. True growth comes when we embrace both. Example: if you see yourself as nice but repress anger, it will manifest as passive aggressiveness or self-sabotage. By accepting your anger as a natural force, you can use it constructively, e.g., setting boundaries. Small blue diamond. How to integrate your opposites. 1. Accept and own your shadow. Identify the traits you dislike in others. These often reflect unowned parts of yourself. Notice when you judge yourself harshly. This is where your shadow hides. Instead of rejecting it, understand its purpose. White heavy checkmark. Example: if you suppress ambition because you see it as selfish, you may struggle with confidence. Owning your ambition allows you to assert yourself healthfully. 2. Balance your masculine and feminine energies. Jung's concept of anima, feminine in men, and animus, masculine in women, highlights the importance of integrating both energies. White heavy checkmark. Masculine energy, animus. Strength, logic, structure, action. Can be overactive, rigid, aggressive, emotionally closed. Needs balance with receptivity, intuition, emotional expression. White heavy checkmark. Feminine energy, anima. Creativity, intuition, emotion, flow. Can be overactive, chaotic, overly sensitive, passive. Needs balance with structure, decisiveness, action. Small blue diamond exercise. Notice when you are too rigid, over masculine, or too passive, over feminine, and adjust accordingly. Example: if you always go with the flow but lack direction, integrating masculine decisiveness will bring balance. 3. Reconcile logic and intuition. Western culture emphasizes logic and rationality, but intuition and feeling are equally important. Logic helps us analyze. Intuition guides us toward truth beyond logic. White heavy checkmark practice. Before making a decision, list logical pros and cons, but also check in with your gut feeling. 4. Harmonize independence and connection. Some people fear losing themselves in relationships, while others fear being alone. Overly independent? Learn to open up and connect. Overly dependent? Strengthen your individuality. White heavy checkmark reflection. Do you prioritize relationships at the cost of your identity, or do you push people away out of fear? 5. Integrate your past and future self. We often live either in the past, regret, nostalgia, or the future, anxiety, ambition. True self-integration happens when we white heavy checkmark learn from the past without being stuck in it. White heavy checkmark plan for the future without fearing it. White heavy checkmark live fully in the present moment. Small blue diamond exercise. Write a letter from your future self to your present self. What wisdom would they share? Small blue diamond. The goal: wholeness, not perfection. The aim of integration is not to eliminate contradictions, but to accept and balance them. You can be strong yet vulnerable. You can be logical yet intuitive. You can be independent yet deeply connected. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Carl Jung. Small blue diamond. Why this matters. When you integrate all parts of yourself. White heavy checkmark. You feel at peace instead of conflicted. White heavy checkmark. You accept yourself fully without shame. White heavy checkmark. You experience greater authenticity and self-confidence. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Carl Jung. Small blue diamond. Final reflection. What aspects of yourself have you rejected or suppressed? How can you begin to embrace and balance them? Do you feel like you are living in balance, or is there an inner conflict you're working through? 8. Engage in creative expression. Carl Jung saw creativity as a vital part of self-discovery and individuation. He believed that artistic and creative expression allows us to connect with the unconscious mind, integrate hidden aspects of ourselves, and give form to our inner world. The creative mind plays with the objects it loves. Carl Jung. When you engage in creative activities, you bring the unconscious into consciousness, unlocking deeper self-awareness and emotional healing. Small blue diamond. Why creative expression matters. Creativity is not just about art. It's about expressing your inner truth. It helps with white heavy checkmark emotional healing, turning pain into beauty, giving emotions a healthy outlet. White heavy checkmark shadow integration, bringing unconscious parts of yourself into awareness. White heavy checkmark deepening intuition, letting ideas and insights flow from beyond the rational mind. White heavy checkmark authenticity, expressing your unique essence without fear of judgment. Jung himself used mandala drawing, active imagination, and writing to explore his psyche. Creative expression is the soul's way of making itself known. Small blue diamond. How to tap into your creative power. 1. Create without judgment. Many people block their creativity because they fear their work isn't good enough. True creativity isn't about skill, it's about expression. White heavy checkmark. Let go of perfectionism. White heavy checkmark. Create for yourself, not for approval. Small blue diamond exercise. Set a timer for 10 minutes and free write or doodle without overthinking. 2. Use art to explore the unconscious. Jung believed that symbols, images, and metaphors hold deep psychological meaning. Engaging in artistic activities can reveal hidden truths. White heavy checkmark. Draw, paint, or sculpt without a plan. See what emerges. White heavy checkmark. Keep a simple journal of recurring dreams, images, or themes. Small blue diamond example. If you often draw spirals, circles, or doors, they might represent personal transformation or hidden potential. 3. Express your inner archetypes. Creative activities allow you to embody different aspects of yourself. White heavy checkmark. If you feel disconnected from your warrior energy, write a story of a hero's journey. White heavy checkmark. If you suppress your wild nature, dance freely, or play music without structure. Small blue diamond action. Pick an archetype, the explorer, the magician, the lover, and express it through writing, acting, or drawing. 4. Use music and movement for emotional release. Creativity isn't just visual, it's physical and auditory too. White heavy checkmark dance freely to express emotions. White heavy checkmark play or listen to music that resonates with your soul. Small blue diamond exercise. Move your body without any planned steps. Let it guide you. Notice what feelings arise. 5. Write as a path to self-discovery. Writing can be a direct line to the unconscious mind. White heavy checkmark journal daily to explore thoughts and patterns. White heavy checkmark write poetry or short stories based on your emotions. Small blue diamond exercise. Try stream of consciousness writing. Write whatever comes to mind without stopping for 5 minutes. 6. Engage in active imagination. Jung's active imagination technique allows you to dialogue with your unconscious. White heavy checkmark sit in silence. Visualize an inner figure, a wise guide, animal, or unknown presence, and let it speak to you. White heavy checkmark record what it says through writing or drawing. The hands will solve a mystery that the intellect has struggled with in vain. Carl Jung. Small blue diamond the goal. Creativity as a path to wholeness. Creative expression is not about producing masterpieces. It's about uncovering and integrating who you truly are. White heavy checkmark you gain clarity on your emotions and desires. White heavy checkmark you release suppressed energy and emotions. White heavy checkmark you discover insights from your unconscious mind. Every human life contains a potential. If that potential is not fulfilled, then that life was wasted. Carl Jung. Small blue diamond final reflection. What creative activities call to you, but you've avoided? How can you incorporate creative expression into your daily life? Do you have a creative outlet, or do you feel blocked in expressing yourself? 9. Trust the individuation process. Carl Jung's concept of individuation is the process of becoming your most authentic, whole self. It's the journey of integrating your conscious and unconscious, embracing all aspects of who you are, and aligning with your deeper purpose. Individuation is the process by which a person becomes a psychological individual, that is, a separate, indivisible unity or whole. Carl Jung. This journey is not about perfection, but about embracing your uniqueness, resolving inner conflicts, and living in harmony with your true nature. Small blue diamond, what does individuation look like? White heavy checkmark discovering and integrating your shadow, hidden or repressed aspects of yourself. White heavy checkmark balancing the opposites within you, masculine and feminine, logic and intuition, light and dark. White heavy checkmark following your own path instead of societal expectations. White heavy checkmark developing inner wisdom and trusting your intuition. White heavy checkmark embracing creativity and self-expression. White heavy checkmark connecting with a deeper meaning or purpose. Jung saw individuation as a spiritual journey where you move beyond ego-driven desires to live in alignment with your soul's truth. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Small blue diamond, how to trust the individuation process. 1. Accept that it's a lifelong journey. There's no final destination. You are always evolving. Be patient with yourself as you uncover deeper layers of your psyche. White heavy checkmark reflection. Where have you grown the most in the past 5 years? What lessons shaped you? 2. Follow your own inner compass. Individuation means becoming who you are, not what society expects you to be. Let go of external validation and listen to your inner voice. White heavy checkmark ask, am I making choices from my true self or from fear and conditioning? 3. Embrace uncertainty and transformation. Growth often comes through crisis, challenges, and discomfort. The ego resists change, but transformation happens when we step into the unknown. White heavy checkmark mantra. I trust that life is unfolding for my highest good. 4. Integrate your shadow and opposites. True wholeness comes from embracing both light and dark, strength and vulnerability. Look at your triggers. They show what parts of yourself you need to accept. White heavy checkmark reflection. What parts of yourself do you suppress or deny? 5. Let synchronicity guide you. Jung believed that meaningful coincidences, synchronicities, are signs from the unconscious. When you are on the right path, the universe reflects it through patterns and unexpected opportunities. White heavy checkmark exercise. Keep a journal of meaningful coincidences and insights. 6. Align with your soul's calling. Individuation isn't just self-improvement. It's about aligning with your deepest truth. What brings you joy, purpose, and a sense of aliveness? White heavy checkmark ask, what makes me feel the most like myself? The shoe that fits one person pinches another. There is no universal recipe for living. Each of us carries our own life's pattern. Jung, small blue diamond, why this matters. When you trust the individuation process. White heavy checkmark, you feel at peace because you accept who you truly are. White heavy checkmark, you stop seeking external approval. Your validation comes from within. White heavy checkmark, you live with authenticity and purpose, aligned with your soul's journey. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Carl Jung, small blue diamond, final reflection. Are you resisting any part of your growth? How can you trust your inner process more deeply? Do you feel aligned with your true self, or are you still searching? How this connects to your interests. Jung's ideas on self-discovery parallel Walter Russell's universal intelligence, Thomas Troward's mental science, and biblical principles. In a spiritual sense, finding yourself is like awakening to your divine nature, aligning your mind with higher intelligence, and embracing the wisdom of the subconscious, a theme found in all three perspectives. Your interest in theology, Walter Russell's ideas, Thomas Troward's mental science, and personal development all connect deeply with Jung's individuation process. Here's how. Keycap 1. Theological connection, biblical perspective. Jung's process of individuation parallels many spiritual and biblical themes. Shadow work equals facing temptation and sin. Luke 4 verses 1 to 13. Jesus in the wilderness. Individuation equals renewing of the mind. Romans 12 verse 2. Transform by renewing your mind. Balancing opposites equals divine union. Genesis 1 verse 27. Male and female, he created them. Trusting the process equals faith in God's plan. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. I know the plans I have for you. Jung believed the self, higher self, is similar to the God image within. Individuation can be seen as a journey back to God, aligning with the concept of the imago Dei, image of God within us. Keycap 2. Walter Russell's connection, illumination and universal mind. Walter Russell's teachings on the universal one mind resonate with Jung's concept of the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of wisdom. Both emphasize white heavy checkmark spiritual awakening and self-realization. White heavy checkmark creative expression as a path to higher consciousness. White heavy checkmark balancing opposites, light and dark, masculine and feminine. White heavy checkmark trusting universal laws and synchronicity. Russell's idea that we are co-creators with God aligns with Jung's belief that individuation is about fulfilling our divine potential. Keycap 3. Thomas Troward's mental science, mind and manifestation. Troward emphasized the power of thought and mental causation, which relates to Jung's. White heavy checkmark active imagination, shaping reality through the mind. White heavy checkmark archetypes as thought forms that influence reality. White heavy checkmark synchronicity as a reflection of inner consciousness. Both Jung and Troward believe that our inner world shapes our outer reality, a key principle in mental science, manifestation, and self-realization. Keycap 4. Personal development and self-improvement. Jung's individuation process is the ultimate form of personal development. White heavy checkmark self-awareness, knowing your strengths, weaknesses, and purpose. White heavy checkmark emotional healing, facing and integrating your shadow. White heavy checkmark spiritual growth, aligning with your higher self. White heavy checkmark creative power, expressing your full potential. How this helps you? By integrating these ideas, you can bridge psychology, spirituality, and personal mastery, aligning your path with both biblical wisdom and universal principles.